Hi, I hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I hope that you all had a great weekend. I am feeling a whole lot better today than I felt in the last 2 weeks or so. It's been maybe like 10 days. So, as the title implies, I have been experiencing a breakthrough case of COVID-19. I've been fully vaccinated since April. Here it is, September, and I don't know where this came from, just out of nowhere. So, around the 15th of the month, after my birthday was on the 15th. So, sometime between then and that Saturday, which would have been like the 18th, maybe. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, the 18th is when I noticed that I could not smell. I lost my ability to smell, and I immediately went to get tested. By the time the results came back, I developed like sinus type of symptoms where my nose was running, I was sneezing. Never did get a fever, but like the itchy eyes, itchy throat type of situation. Then the test came back positive for COVID-19. So from there, I just continued to take like my vitamins. I was taking Mucinex. I was taking Sudafed, but it does kind of mess with my blood pressure a little bit. So I have not really been taking it. Maybe after the loss of smell came and the sinus symptoms, then the cough came. And the cough is just crazy because it messes with your throat, like you can't hardly talk. You cough all day long. At night it's worse, trying to get some sleep, and I guess the way your body is elevating, you're trying to lay down, the coughing was just unbearable. And plus, mind you, I had just had my reversal surgery. So I had the reversal surgery September the 10th, and then sometime on the 18th is when I lost smell, and then sometime maybe around the 20th is when the cough started, and the 20th, the cough has lasted for that entire time until maybe like 2 days ago. So maybe about 8 to 9 days is how long the cough persisted. The runny nose and the stuffiness that went away. But what I'll tell you, for me, the scariest part was like this really heavy, cloudy feeling that I felt like all within my nasal cavities. Like my head just felt like really cloudy and heavy, and it just messes with you because you feel things happening around you. Like I can feel when I'm hot or cold, if my body's hot or cold, but my head was just like stiff and just like numb. So like I know this does not make sense, and it's not going to make sense when I say it, but it makes sense to me. When I get a headache, sometimes if I get like a temple headache, I can feel my temples pulsating. And if I apply pressure to it, it kind of eases the pain and make it subside, right? So I felt that sensation, like my temples pulsating, but it didn't hurt. Like I felt that pressure there coming constantly, but it didn't hurt to let my body know you're having a headache, right? But I think that the pressure, the sinus pressure was so thick and so heavy that it was kind of blocking that headache from being as strong as it should have been, because I felt it, but it just wasn't a heavy pain like normally when I have headaches. It's a heavy pain. Um, and that to me was weird because, you already can't smell. So, you're losing your grasp on what's going on around you. And, the five senses, we have those for a reason. I mean, they play a role in our well being and, just our day to day life. If you couldn't see, then that would affect how you move about. If you couldn't hear, then that would affect, a lot of things that go on that would affect your lifestyle to some degree. But those are like the two major things that we think about when we think about your five senses. You think about being blind if you can't see, or you think about being deaf if you can't hear. But we never think about, what if you lost your ability to taste? What if you couldn't taste anything? What if you lost your ability to smell? If you couldn't smell anything, what if you did not have hands and you lost your ability to touch or to have feeling? Um, and so to me, those things are so important. And it's just like, when you think about it, losing your ability to smell or taste is obviously not as major as losing the ability to hear or the ability to to even talk or to see. But I think about so many things that we use the sense of smell for. For instance, my 11-year old was baking cookies, and she does like most kids do. And she went upstairs and probably got on her game and forgot about the cookies. I'm in the other room. So, without the ability to smell, there was nothing that is coming in my body in the terms of me smelling it to tell my brain, hey, something's burning, right? So I'm just sitting in the room, watching TV, minding my own business. And my oldest daughter comes running downstairs. What's that smell? Well, I can't smell, so I don't know what it is. So, the smoke detector didn't go off. And I'm sure, eventually it would have, and that would have been my cue to, oh, let's go in the kitchen and see what's going on. Or if I was already in the kitchen, I could feel it getting hot around me, and then that would trigger me to say, let me look and see what's in the oven. So, simple things like that, that could have led to something else if I was here by myself with her. Also, we have a gas stove, a gas oven, and a gas stove top. So, um, my oldest daughter said she could smell it burning, and she could smell like a gassy smell. So that's another thing. If we don't have a carbon monoxide detector or something like that, your appliances could be leaking gas, but you can't smell to trigger your body to get out of the house or open a window or call for help or whatever. So I just think about that, and I was like, man, this is something major. But also, like, it played a factor in my sense of being a part of life. Like, you already feel isolated because you're having a quarantine, you're inside your house by yourself. So on top of that, think about when you cook. I love to cook. And a big part of me cooking is smell. I can smell when something is not quite right, if something has gone bad. If sometimes you can't see it, especially in raw meat or whatever. A lot of times you can't see if raw meat is going bad, but you can smell it, and it's an obvious pungent smell to let you know, oh, this meat is no good and I need to trash it. So there's so many things that come into play. You need it all. After you cook, you need to be able to taste it. Does it taste right? Am I missing an ingredient? So it's so many different things that you don't really think about until it happens to you. So now, I did retest on Sunday. I'm still positive. So today is officially the 10th day since my symptoms started. So I'll retest again on Thursday. I'm just going to continue to quarantine at this point. But this is the first day that my body's actually felt good enough to participate with life. Prior to today, I get tired fast, I get lethargic fast, and I'm gonna tell you that this COVID-19 illness, it constantly plays a factor on, your mind. I'm constantly have to tell myself, remind myself who I am, who God made me to be, because I felt myself really questioning my existence, like questioning what's gonna happen next. What's gonna be, my story, like what is life doing, and that's weird. I've never been in that position before, and at least not within the last 5 years or so. I have not been depressed or had these type of thoughts, and it's like, I think that this illness really messes with your thought pattern. I don't know no scientific way of proving that, but to me, that's what I feel like is happening. So you constantly have to stay prayed up. I'm constantly having to like let the word play in the background. My audio Bible just play because it keeps me level headed and it keeps me focused. I thank God that I never got a fever. I never experienced a debilitating symptom that I had to go to the emergency room for. I'm just not comfortable because I'm not used to being cooped up in the house. You can't go nowhere. Even if you wanted to, you can't. Taking all these different medicines and supplements and just really trying to just you're shooting in the air, shooting in the dark because you don't know what's working and what's not working. But I'm trying to take everything that I can, in the form of supplements, elderberry, zinc, and that kind of stuff, just to make sure that I am staying somewhat protected. And I noticed that the narrative has changed. First, they said get vaccinated so you can't get COVID. Now they're saying, get vaccinated so it keeps you from the possibility of going to the hospital. So they're just telling you, you're gonna catch it at some point. It's just a matter of when. And if you're not vaccinated, your symptoms could be way worse than they would be if you are vaccinated and if you have underlying conditions. So, that has been something that really um it's been weird and it's hard to put into words, but I was like, you know what, I want to do a video just so I can document how I'm feeling at this moment right now. And then also, I don't know how many of you have been vaccinated and still received a breakthrough case, and I like to know what your symptoms were and how you were able to just cope. Thank God everybody in my household is vaccinated, and so we're not, hopefully not just passing around the virus. I don't know. It's only so much that you can do. I've always worn my mask in public and washed my hands and did all of that, and I still caught this breakthrough case. So honestly, going to places and they checking your temperature for what? Checking my temperature, why? For what reason? Because I have yet to get a fever. So if I was to go somewhere, if I could smell, I would still be out and about. Because in my mind, I would think I didn't have it. But the reason that I got tested is because I couldn't smell. And so to me, that was a dead giveaway that I could possibly have COVID. And so when it came back positive, it made sense because I've never not been able to smell or taste. Sometimes if you get sick, it kind of throws your taste buds off. But and I say that my taste is maybe like 75% back and there. I still can't taste all the way like I was, at first, but it's majority of it is there. As far as smell, I'd say maybe 5% back because I can smell some stuff that it has to be like on, like I have to have it like in front of my face and I have to be like, really trying to smell it for several minutes. But um I just felt like this was weird. So this is going to be cycle one. We did test this month. We tested yesterday, in fact, and our test was negative for our pregnancy journey. But I was okay with that because I don't want to have all these symptoms happening to me at one time. I feel nauseated some days. Yesterday, I feel nauseated. The day before that, you feel dizzy, you feel lightheaded, and that's what made me feel like I was pregnant. And so when the test was negative and then my cycle came, I was just like, oh, okay, this must be side effects from COVID. And my doctor did tell me, yeah, people experience different side effects, but some ladies have complained that some of the symptoms and the side effects of COVID do mimic those of pregnancy. So I couldn't imagine having morning sickness on top of all this other crazy stuff that I'm experiencing with COVID. So it was good to know that it's negative, so I can get well first and then try again on October's cycle. So that was good to know. So I am staying prayed up and staying focused on what needs to be done and just kind of occupying my time right now. So I hope you all find this video helpful. Stay blessed, be protected. wear your mask, do what you need to do, because obviously, at some point we're probably all going to get this, but we want to be able to come out on the other side, and still, be here to tell our story. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.